574 million US dollars per day is how much is spent globally on dietary supplements. In the USA alone, this figure is $190 million per day. This shows you that supplements are not an occasional impulse buy. For many people, they are part of their monthly health budget, and this shows me that people want real health solutions. This is part 2 of a video series where I show you some of the many traditional African foods that already contain the minerals, the fibers, the antioxidants, and the plant compounds that we are trying to buy in supplement form. These foods are some of the most powerful biological tools on the planet, and they have kept us alive for thousands of years. I'm Kunzai Msengi, and I'm not a doctor. I'm somebody who loves to learn, and I've spent the last 10 years sharing what I've learned about African foods to help other people live healthier lives. Now let's get straight into it. We'll kick off our list with number 16, the African yam. African yam is rich in starch and carbohydrates, which is one of the reasons it has been such an important staple food in many African diets. It is an energy food, and it is usually eaten as part of a balanced meal rather than on its own. Yams also contain dietary fiber. Fiber helps to move waste through the gut more easily, and some types of fiber can slow down digestion, which may help with feelings of fullness, cholesterol management, and smoother blood sugar control. African yams are interesting when we talk about blood sugar because yam starch behaves differently depending on how it is prepared. When starchy foods are cooked, cooled, and sometimes reheated, some of that starch can become resistant starch. The same food can behave differently depending on whether it is freshly cooked, cooled, reheated, mashed, fried, or eaten with protein, vegetables, and healthy fats. Resistant starch is called resistant starch because it resists breaking down in the small intestine. So instead of breaking down quickly into glucose, some of it passes further down into the gut where it behaves more like a fiber. And that can mean a slower release of glucose into your bloodstream. So instead of the body being hit with sugar all at once, resistant starch may help create a gentler blood sugar response. But a lot of the diabetes research on yams has been done on test tubes and in animal studies, but not on large human clinical trials. But scientists can confirm that yams contain resistant starch, and this resistant starch has an impact on your blood sugar control. Yams also have another interesting layer to them. We often talk about yams in the context of being an energy food, but they also bring minerals to your meal. Raw yam contains about 860 milligrams of potassium per 100 grams. The exact amount can vary depending on the type of yam, the soil, the growing conditions, as well as the preparation of the food. So because they are a good source of potassium, yams can also support heart health and blood pressure. Potassium is one of those minerals that your body uses every single day. Even though most of us don't really think about it, your heart needs potassium to beat properly. Your muscles need it to contract. Your nerves need it to send signals around your body. So when we talk about potassium, we're talking about something that is involved in basic body functions. Potassium works closely with sodium. Too much sodium, especially from salty processed foods, can make the body hold on to fluids, and this can push your blood pressure up. Potassium helps to balance that relationship. It helps the body to get rid of more sodium through urine, and it also helps the walls of your blood vessels to relax. This is why potassium-rich foods are often discussed in relation to high blood pressure and heart health. Now, when most people hear about vitamin C, they immediately think of oranges, lemons, leafy green vegetables, and hopefully, since you follow my channel, you now think of baobab fruit pulp. This makes sense because these are the foods that are well known to contain vitamin C. But what many people don't realize is that some tubers have vitamin C. Tubers like potatoes and African yams also give you vitamin C. Raw yam is listed with about 25.7 milligrams of vitamin C per 100 grams. So that's a meaningful amount, but it is not in the same league as baobab fruit pulp, guavas, or leafy greens. But it is still worth paying attention to because yam is not eaten in tiny amounts. It's a staple food. I talked in more detail about the role of vitamin C in a previous previous video, so I'll leave a card to it here. But for this video in relation to African yams, I just want to point out that vitamin C is sensitive. It is water soluble and can be reduced by things like heat, long storage, and cooking, especially if food is boiled for a long time and the cooking water is thrown away. So I would not say that yam is your strongest vitamin C food, but when a food is eaten regularly, those moderate amounts of nutrients can add up. So when yam is eaten as part of a balanced meal, especially with vegetables, beans, fish, or a meat stew, it contributes immensely towards your health. This is why yams have been part of traditional mineral-rich, fiber-rich meals. They support your body in practical ways as a food, doing exactly what a whole food is supposed to do. Now, number 15 on our list is tamarind. Now, tamarind is one of those foods that is known for its sour taste. It's used to make drinks, sauces, chutneys, stews, and sometimes just eaten as it is. It has a lot of benefits for the body because tamarind contains potassium, and potassium is an important for heart health and blood pressure. It helps the body balance sodium, it supports normal fluid balance, and plays a role in nerve signals and muscle contraction. So potassium is a mineral that your heart, your muscles, and your nerves depend on every day. Tamarind provides about 628 milligrams of potassium per 100 grams, although the amount can vary depending on the form that you're eating. It also contains polyphenols and flavonoids. These are the plant compounds that are being studied for their antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. This means they help to protect your cells from damage caused by free radicals. Some early human research also suggests that tamarind may have benefits for your cholesterol. So tamarind also gives you B vitamins, especially thiamine. Thiamine is also known as vitamin B1. Thiamine helps your body to turn food into energy, and it also supports healthy nerve and muscle function. I spoke about thiamine in a previous video, so if you haven't watched that one yet, make sure you go back and watch it after this one. Traditionally, tamarind is also used to support digestion as a gentle laxative for constipation. The reason is its fiber content. Tamarind contains about 5.1 grams of fiber per 100 grams, and this fiber helps to keep food moving through your gut. Another interesting thing about tamarind is that different parts of the plant contain compounds that have been studied for antimicrobial activity. Compounds in tamarind have been linked with antibacterial, antifungal, and antiviral properties in research. This is why tamarind has been valued traditionally as part of a wider healing system. Tamarind is also a good source of magnesium. Magnesium is a cofactor in more than 300 enzyme systems, including those involved in energy production, muscle and nerve function, blood glucose control, blood pressure regulation. So magnesium, like potassium, is one of those minerals that your body is using all the time, whether you notice it or not. And then there's folate. Tamarind does contain folate, around 14 micrograms per 100 grams. The folate helps your body to make DNA and RNA, which are needed for cell growth and division. It also supports red blood cell formation, which is why folate is important during pregnancy and during times of rapid growth. So while tamarind does contain folate, it is not one of the highest folate foods. Foods like leafy greens, beans, peas, liver, fortified grains are much higher sources of folate. But in places where women do not have easy access to alternatives, folate-containing foods like tamarind become an important part of the bigger nutritional picture. Tamarind has also been gaining attention for something quite unexpected, and that is microplastics research. This is not because eating tamarind has been proven to clean plastics out of the human body, but because compounds from tamarind seeds may help to trap and remove microplastics from water. Scientists are studying these sticky natural plant polymers as a safer biodegradable alternative to synthetic water treatment chemicals. Early results suggest that tamarind-based materials could play an important role in water filtration systems. Before we get on to our next food, I want to tell you about something that I've built to make this kind of information available to you anytime you need it. It is is the Afri Wellness Food app. It is a tool that lets you scan your plate of African food and instantly find out its health benefits, its nutritional values, traditional medicinal uses, and best of all, where science has caught up to what our ancestors have known for centuries. There are currently 180 African foods in the database, and it is growing every week. You can download it at the address shown on your screen, and also a link is in the description below. Now back to our list. Number 14 is bitter leaf. In the world of biology, bitterness is often a signal for healing. Bitter leaf is known and used across various parts of Africa and is known by a variety of names, which I'll put up here on the screen. In Zimbabwe, where I'm from, it's called Musika Wakazi in Shona and Inyatelo in Isindebele. So why is it so effective? Let's start with blood sugar and heart health. Bitter leaf may support healthier blood sugar levels and improve insulin sensitivity, which is why it often comes up in conversations around diabetes management. It is believed to relax blood vessels, which supports a healthier blood pressure by improving your blood flow. And some research suggests that it may help with cholesterol balance too, especially the kind that's linked to heart disease and stroke. Another reason bitter leaf stands out is its role in immune and internal health. Traditionally, it has been used in the management of malaria and fever because it contains compounds that people describe as quinine-like. On top of that, bitter leaf contains vitamin C and other antioxidants that help the body to defend itself against everyday illness and stress. It contains a powerful compound called vinonicide. This is a powerful tool for your liver. It protects it from damage and assists your body naturally in the detoxification process. Now let's talk about its role in digestion. Bitter leaf contains fiber, which supports your regular bowel movements and also may help prevent constipation. Traditionally, it has been used for stomach complaints like diarrhea and other digestive upsets. And because it contains vitamin B1, also known as thiamine, it helps to turn your food into usable energy by supporting the metabolism of fats, amino acids, and glucose. Bitter leaf may also help you with inflammation. This is so important because chronic inflammation is connected with many long-term health issues, including joint problems like stiffness and conditions like arthritis. This is why many traditional healing systems pay close attention to bitter plants, including bitter leaf. Bitter leaf contains natural plant compounds such as flavonoids, phenolic compounds, and other antioxidants. These compounds help to protect your body from oxidative stress, which is one of the things that can feed inflammation in your body. In many African homes, bitter leaf is not just eaten as a vegetable. It was also used traditionally when your body felt heavy and when your digestion felt a little bit off. Our elders understood that certain bitter foods helped your body to reset. Its antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory properties are also one of the reasons that bitter leaf is sometimes used for skin issues like rashes, irritation, and acne. And this makes sense because many skin problems are connected to two things: unwanted microbes on the skin and inflammation underneath the skin. When the skin becomes irritated, red, swollen, itchy, painful, inflammation is usually part of what's happening. Bitter leaf is not something I would call a cure for acne, but traditionally, it has been used to help to calm the skin and to support healing. And then we come on to bones and teeth. Bitter leaf contains minerals such as calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, zinc, iron, and some of these minerals are so important for maintaining strong bones and teeth. Calcium is the mineral that most people know for bone strength, but magnesium and phosphorus also play a role in bone structure and repair. Bitter leaf contributes vitamin K to your diet. Now, vitamin K is important because it supports the process that allows calcium to be used properly in your body, including in your bones and in your teeth. Vitamin K also helps your blood to clot. And then there's the area of emerging research where some studies suggest that flavonoids in bitter leaf may help to protect the cells by reducing oxidation and may even slow down the growth of certain harmful cells. There is also some interest in how bitter leaf extracts may support prostate health, including possible effects on hormone-related prostate enlargement. This is an area where more research is needed, but it helps to explain why bitter leaf has always sat in that beautiful space between food and medicine in many African cultures. Next up on our list is sorghum. eat sorghum regularly, you have such an unfair advantage over people who don't. Because while everybody is chasing the latest superfood from somewhere else, most people don't realize that there is a reason sorghum has been a staple in many African diets for centuries. First, it can support heart health. Sorghum contains magnesium, which helps the body to regulate blood pressure, and it has fiber, which also helps for cholesterol control. It also contains antioxidants, which help to reduce oxidative stress. Now, this matters because too much oxidative stress can place extra strain on the body over a period of time. Sorghum is also great for digestion and gut health. It is rich in fiber, so it helps to keep things moving and supports a regular digestion. And some of that fiber acts like a prebiotic, which means it helps to feed the good bacteria in your gut. Another reason sorghum stands out is that it is naturally gluten-free. So for people who can't tolerate wheat or who simply want more variety in their diet, sorghum can be a really useful option. It brings real nourishment to the body. It contains important nutrients like iron, copper, and manganese. These are trace minerals, meaning your body only needs a small amount of them, but they will do very, very important work in your body. Now, iron is one of the most important trace minerals because it helps to make hemoglobin, the protein in your red blood cells that carries oxygen from your lungs to the rest of your body. This is why iron is connected to your energy. If your body is not carrying energy properly, you feel tired, you feel weak, you feel dizzy, or short of breath. Iron also supports muscle oxygen, brain development, cell function, and hormone production. I made a video previously about my struggles with low iron during my pregnancy and the African plants that helped me. I'll leave a link to it here so you can watch it after this. The other trace element, copper, works closely with iron. It helps the body use the iron properly and supports the formation of red blood cells. Copper also is involved in the making of energy, the building of connective tissue, supporting blood vessels, and helping your nervous system. It supports your immune system and also helps with brain development. The trace mineral manganese helps your body make energy and it protects your cells from damage. It is also involved in bone formation, immune function, blood clotting, and the metabolism of carbohydrates, cholesterol, amino acids, and glucose. I spoke about manganese in part 1 of this video series where I explained how manganese helps your body to process food and also helps to protect the body from the oxidative stress that can happen when your body converts that food into energy. Manganese is going to come up again and again in many different plants in this series. Many African foods that contain manganese are nutrient-dense foods, but when your body converts that food into energy, that process can create oxidative stress. That is normal. It is part of how the body works. The beautiful thing with manganese is that it also helps to protect your body from that stress that can happen during the energy making process. So it's not just about the creation of energy, it's also about protecting the cells in your body during that creation process. Because sorghum contains complex carbohydrates and fiber, it digests more slowly, which can help prevent sugar spikes. That is one of the reasons it can be a smart grain to include in your meals, especially when you pair it with a protein and healthy fats. If you're trying to manage your appetite better, sorghum can help there too. Its fiber, along with its slow digesting protein, helps you to feel full for longer. Fermented sorghum is a beautiful example of how traditional food processing makes food more useful for the body. Sorghum already gives you the energy, the fiber, the minerals, and the plant compounds. But when it is fermented, some of the compounds that block the mineral absorption get reduced, and the grain becomes a lot easier for your body to digest. Fermented sorghum also supports the gut because it involves lactic acid bacteria. These microbes produce organic acids during fermentation, which lower the pH of the food, and it makes it harder for unwanted microbes to grow. There is even some early research looking at darker varieties of sorghum. These contain special plant compounds that researchers are interested in because they have shown potential in lab settings for slowing down the growth of certain cancer cells. Sorghum supports your heart, your digestion, your blood sugar, and your overall health at the same time. So when I say sorghum gives you an unfair advantage, this is exactly what I mean. This brings us to the end of part 2 of this video series where we're looking at traditional African food foods that already contain the minerals, the fiber, the antioxidants, and the plant compounds that people are now buying in supplement form. And I hope that you're starting to see that there are beautiful synergies within these whole foods. They work together in ways that support the exact health problems that people are worried about today. Now look out for part 3 because we're not done yet. We still have 12 more foods to cover and some more powerful ones are still to come. If you've enjoyed this video, I think you'll enjoy this next one coming up on your screen. Thanks so much for your attention and I'll see you over there.